Welcome to the Shay On You Podcast. Yes, we finally got some breaking news. Ooh, I've been waiting on this breaking news, honey. You have no idea. Listen, let's go ahead and play a little bit of this videotape before I get into my commentary because there are a few people who have not heard about this runaway, this young lady who was definitely, in my opinion, thrown away on all different type of levels and got into the hands of a straight up predator. So let's go. I'm already coming out guns blazing. Let's go ahead and break this video down. Let's break it down.
Welcome back. We are getting some more breaking news tonight right here in Los Angeles. The LAPD has arrested the singer David, who's also known as the 21-year-old David Burke, for the murder of Celeste Rivas. Now, this is a major update in an investigation into the death of a 14-year-old whose decomposed body was found in the trunk of David's Tesla.
We can go ahead and just stop it right there. 14 years old. 14 when she was found. I believe it's been reported that she's been with him for a couple years. Are you see now this is the bullshit I be talking about. As of for some reason, these predators get so much leeway. And why do they get so much leeway? Because this girl's family, in my opinion, failed her. Let's keep going with this video. I'm not trying to be here all night.
Last September. Let's bring in NBC's Camila Bernal, who's been following this one for us. This is a huge update. And for everybody that's been following this case since the discovery of the body in David's Tesla, the big question has always been, why has he not been named as suspect? And today he's arrested.
Yes, and I can't tell you why it took so long, but he was arrested today on suspicion of murder. He has not been charged. So this is going to be presented to the DA on Monday. So we might.
I have never seen so much kicking the can down the road. There's arrest made, but it's arrest of suspicion. I'm not trying to point any fingers or anything, but I really do feel that this case has some type of police cover up with it too. I do believe that this 14-year-old was not taken seriously because she was marked as a runaway. I'ma stand on that till I can't stand on that no more. I do believe that there is some type of cover up. I believe there's always been a cover up. So we are going to see how far this case is going to go with this young man before what they going to try to Epstein him. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, are we going to have one of those? Because whenever some bullshit starts rolling downhill to where other people are exposed for their wrongdoings, people start showing up in body bags.
Get some charges on Monday, and it's serious because obviously we know it's on suspicion of murder, so he might be charged with murder. We knew that they had done interviews. We knew there was a grand jury. We knew they had canvassed for video in the area.
There's been all kind of interviews. There's been all kinds because not only should people be watching other content creators' channel, I have no problem saying where I be at, Nancy Grace. Oh yeah, Nancy Grace has been on this right here. This is where I pretty much stayed abreast of what was going on, and I'm probably missing some Nancy Grace right now on the YouTubes. Hello? Because that was when I first heard that David and his assistant and whomever was there in that house ordered a burn cage. Y'all may want to turn down y'all volumes. Y'all may want to turn down your volumes. A burned cage. Yes, a one of those huge burn cages that has so much that can hold so much heat to where it can burn a body. It can burn corpses. Why in the hell does a regular person who does not do cremations need a burn cage delivered to their home? This whole case stinks to high hell.
But they never arrested him, like you mentioned. And everybody sort of questioned this in terms of, yes, she was in his Tesla. It was his car. Why is he not arrested quickly? And he wasn't. And we don't have an answer as to why, but we do know that he had been the focus of this investigation because of the relationship, because of his Tesla. And months and months later, we now have this arrest.
And we're looking at some of that video right there. The body was found in that impound lot, but the car was found not in that impound lot. It was towed there after being parked somewhere in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah, so they found her body in September, but authorities do believe that she was killed sometime in the spring. So her body had been in that frunk of the Tesla for a long time.
There has been so much misinformation that has put out regarding this case. And I don't want to say put out, but I'm really, really upset with the misinformation that has been going around with this case, where it's kind of like it was, in my opinion, was done deliberately. I heard this young lady was found frozen. I can't wait till Monday, God willing, we can actually get some documentation as of, was she found cut up? Was she found a frozen? Obviously she was not. Obviously she was not. It says right there on the screen, the remains of Hernandez were found in an abandoned Tesla on September 8th. That's of 2025. That's 2025. Yes. She was missing for a long time. And that David and his people knew she was missing, said nothing, reported nothing. And it sounds like to me that it just seems like some people still ain't talking. Everyone in that home, everyone around David who knew Hernandez was there needs to be arrested. Everybody is an accomplice. Everyone.
It actually was discovered because it smelled so bad in that car and in that the tow yard. Someone essentially just walking by noticed a really horrible smell, and that's how authorities found her body. It had been decomposed. It was in horrible shape, and she was identified through forensics.
You see how the information comes out? All the bullshit that people have been putting out and regurgitating? They had to use medical records to even identify that 14-year-old. She was up in that car decomposing. It wasn't frozen. She decomposed. She was frying in there. Her body was literally in that hot ass in trunk of that car. However, David and his people did not report her missing. We wonder why, as her body was baking in the trunk of that Tesla.
So it wasn't like they were able to get a lot of clues from the body. So that's probably also a reason why it took investigators so long, because it's hard to piece together that information when you have a body that has been sitting in the summer in Los Angeles in the frunk of a car for months and months and months. And so they were trying to obviously piece everything together. Hopefully we'll get more information, because all we knew was that they had some sort of relationship, but we don't know a lot of what led us here.
Yeah, and yeah, this is one of those cases. It's a high-profile case in Los Angeles. LAPD is very tight-lipped, no suspects named. And yet, on the side, on social media, all online, like there are thousands and thousands of people that are following this case very closely and start their own investigation. So I imagine that complicates things. There's going to be some truth to some of what people have found. There's going to be some confusion.
And hopefully we'll get those details on Monday, because if we have charging documents, we'll have some of the evidence that police are actually looking into. And we did get some information from sources, but you're right, LAPD was very tight-lipped in terms of what.
Yeah. LAPD is always been on my shit list ever since they fumbled that whole Tupac. I'll go all the way back to the 90s, baby. The 90s, baby, go all the way back there. Yes, finally, there's been a arrest of the main perpetrator in this whole situation. Oh yes, you see I got my cell block. Yes, the cell block is up. The cell block is ready for everybody who is responsible for the disappearance and the murder of that young 14-year-old girl. It's ready. My cell block is ready, and let me tell you, I will definitely be staying on top of this case, even if I have to turn this into a whole murder mystery just to keep up with this case, because I'm so sick and tired. There's another case that I need to cover. A 8-month pregnant woman was found in some type of ditch in a park. 8 months pregnant. Then you have another woman out in Virginia who was murdered by her husband, attorney. She was a doctor. They were going through a divorce. He killed her and himself. The children are the one who found the body and all that noise that I called 911. Then you have the Haitian American down in Florida, and that's what she called herself, who was snuffed out by her husband. Let me tell you, let me get pissed off enough, and I will definitely turn this channel once again into a murder mystery. Who did it? Who killing the women? What they looking like? There will definitely be hell to pay. There will definitely be hell to pay on so many levels if any of those people think they're going to be walking. Let me tell you, we are sick of it. The women are sick of it. You should be sick of it, but we definitely going to be covering this case.